and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of Umineko Saku. So let's continue our confession and let's see how the story went, what kind of tips, what kind of answers we are going to get. Last time we got a new character and I'm excited to see what is still like there in this. So yeah, let's just go, I guess. Hi. Let's go about, I guess, a first puzzle. Also, my camera seems to be a bit too big, because, okay. Should be fine. Certainly. In cars, closed room taxonomies, there are listed many false closed rooms made to appear, like true closed rooms. Right. No one told me in the comments what the car's closed room is, and I didn't check. I forgot. Okay, so I still don't know. They provide enjoyment with tricks, and when thinking of how to entertain with mystery novels, it's true that the tangibility in identifiable answer which can be resonated out is convenient. That is why we can say that there's no helping the fact that the vast majority of mysteries are overflowing with false closed rooms. Okay, but incidentally, this also may make for a limit on the thinking involved in the majority of closed rooms. Don't misunderstand, I'm not criticizing false closed rooms. What I'm criticizing is the section of narrow-minded humans who, because they only know false closed rooms, think it's the one and only kind of closed room mystery. Ah. So I mean, like, there's like some actual closed rooms? Probably. However, we mustn't forget that in cars' closed rooms taxonomies there are also descriptions of methods for murder in true closed rooms too. Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought, like just also true closed rooms. In fact, it's guaranteed the perfect closed room in red, and becomes easy to reason based on H.H. Holmes' closed room taxonomies. Because saying Holmes is a little confusing, let's use his legal name, Poacher, from now on. Is that really like his name? Wait, what? I never knew about this. Is this actually true? According to Boucher, closed rooms, room murders can be explained with 3 categories. To make this categorization extremely clear, I've written them below. Okay. The crime was committed before the closed room was constructed. Makes sense. The crime was committed while the closed room was up. Also makes sense, because you can like still be inside. The crime was committed after the closed room had been destroyed. That also makes sense if you think about this, because you cannot prove that was a closed room. So, in a sense, it can be true closed room for the reader, because everything happened, like murder happened after, I guess. Okay, I'm not entirely get the third one, but yeah. I think I kinda know what I mean. Maybe. It's only these 3 categories. If Arthur says it's impossible to do it while the closed room was up, then it would be natural to think the crime was committed before the closed room construction or after its destruction. If we were to use any incident of a sudden appearance of a letter in a closed room as an example, then the letter was placed before the closed room or after the closed room. It's just these 2 categories. Yeah, so basically we have after closed room. So yeah, like, so this is basically an instance of, like, we came to the room, investigate for stuff, and something that wasn't here appeared suddenly, like the letter. Okay, I see. So this is like, a culprit is like with you and like setting something up while you opened already and destroyed the closed room. Okay, I see. With the former, you can doubt the person who confirmed its absence when they locked the room. Yep. With the latter, you can doubt the person who discovered the latter. Yep, latter. In other words, if you base your thinking on voucher cloistrum taximonies, you can immediately suspect that someone in the Ushima family is cooperating with the culprit. And it should be clear as day who is more suspicious between the children from the guest house who confirmed the closed room and the lone survivors of the previous tragedy. Also Natsuki, who claims to have witnessed to a demon summoned by the witch killing the relatives. Yeah, for those who see this world as a mystery, they won't be caught by this kind of deception. Because to declare, I saw witch, I saw magic, I saw demons. In this world, it's the same as confessing to being bought out to play a part in the culprit ruse. But a simple and cheap mystery. Probably for those people who love to read the mystery novels that I have boundless respect for, they will see right through it with a big laugh. Huh. I wonder, how was it for you guys? Like, I think like I remember you telling me while I was like reading Umineko, I think like I questioned that as well before, like how much time did it took you to figure it out Umineko, and I think like most of you said it was about episode 5 or 6. I think some of you said that you figured out something about Umineko in like episode 4 or something. And also there's like one person on YouTube that figured everything out in like episode 1, basically. From what I know. But yeah, you can let me know in the comments. When did you figure it out, like what happened to Umineko? And if you were right, because maybe you missed some point. I mean, you probably missed some point, right? There's no way you got like perfect solution like at some point, right? Right? Maybe you did, who knows? To witness demons, even with the brazen display of fantasy as proof, as to mystery, the height of the satire, it will no doubt get laughs. Though even if I think so, about 1 in 1,000 people might seriously believe that the witch summoned a demon. Only for that rare person can my worth of fantasy be sufficient. Excuse the digression. So anyway, I'll confuse the foregoing matter using the meta word, decorating it with the preface of the incomprehensible incident. Wait. Okay, so meta word is actually just like concept of like the hub where the reader like is basically reading the story and making theories. The target of the upcoming second Twilight will be Shannon. So which episode that will be? Shannon in second Twilight. Oh god. Which episode was that? Because like Battle is clearly like mixing here like different Twilights from different games. But also Eva dying, I'm not buying that. Like Eva must survive. Yeah. This is not actual Umineko, this is like the notes that she made and like then changed the script basically, right? Or no wait, this is this is the script that she wanted how it would go. But Eva survived and that was miscalculation. That's the thing. She miscalculated this. Because life is not play. Like you cannot predict everything. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. We'll have it so the woman will go up to the guest house second floor while crowns and servant men fortify the first floor. And so Sean and George can be together. George will probably attend to the frightened Shannon. These two close ones will be target of the second Twilight. Okay, this is episode 2, I think. right? Shannon, George, and Goda, they died. I mean, like, yeah, I think, like, no. Was it, like, second Twilight in chapter 2, the one when they went to Natsuki room for mirror and, like, they died, and there was also Goda, and it was, like, another Twilight? Okay, anyway. This time I will go with the nuance of tearing apart those who are close, and tearing apart the relationship with an abduction. After going to the servants' room on the first floor, Sean will head to the bathroom. Okay. Naturally, George will come too. But of course, he can go inside the girls' bathroom. He'll wait at the entrance. This is not a single person bathroom, but a bathroom made for use in the guest house, designed to be large enough to serve several people at once. Okay, I need to stop thinking, I think, about Umineko episodes that we know, because it's clearly something else. Okay, I'll just read and see how it was supposed to go, I guess. At this point, Sean will exit through the window in the back of the bathroom. Yep. Then Kumasawa will enter, and she will lock the window Sean escaped through. Then she will scream to announce that some kind of accident. Yeah. And that created the closed room. Like, Sean just disappeared. You were standing here all the time. Like, whoa. And also you can, like, smear some blood around. Yeah. That makes the closed room. And George never checked out also the windows, so he don't know that they weren't closed. George opens the door to the girls' bathroom. When he does, Kumasawa's face will be pale and she will be pointing to a stall shaking. Did they prepare a body? Sean went into the girls' bathroom before Kumasawa. Kumasawa's scream had conveyed only that something strange had happened to Shannon. Fearing the worst, George peered into the stall that Kumasawa was pointing at. Oh, or maybe she just, like, making him to go and check it out so she can kill him, because we need, like, 2 sacrifices for second Twilight. That was pasted thickly in red. A creepy magic circle drowned the wall in blood like paint. There were crystals, but all of them were empty. There was only one entrance, and since George had been there the whole time right now, Sean should be somewhere in the bathroom. It's hard for George to imagine, but she could have left through the window in the back. However, it's locked from the inside, and he can't understand why Sean would need to crawl out window in the first place. Yeah, also look at these eyes, holy crap. Also, yeah, about these eyes, I don't think I ever came back for, like, deep analytics of Shannon and Canon talking to Will in episode 7, I believe that was. When she started glitching, basically. That was very interesting, but I think, like, I mentioned it a few times in some theories, but I don't think I went, like, very deeply in this. Huh. Oh my god, like, Saku just, like, seriously, like, Umineko Saku just, like, sparked up my hype for Umineko again. Wow. I thought, like, I wouldn't be that hyped for Umineko again, but I was wrong. That makes no sense. This couldn't happen. Sean suddenly disappeared and was exchanged for the creepy magic circle. So they basically also portraying here that second Twilight don't need 2 sacrifices as death. They just need to tear those crows apart. I'm trying to think if there was an episode where actually we had only 1 death for the second Twilight. I'm not sure. to be honest. I don't think so.
そこに親方様の封筒が。
Oh, that could be Shannon who planted this or Kumasawa, any of them. On the toilet in the stall with the magic circle, there was a mysterious envelope, just like the last handful envelope from the witch. Josh picked up the envelope and violently tore it open. Saying only a single short sentence, as is assaulted by the wave of dizziness, George staggered into the wall, collapsing against it. On the second twilight, tear apart the two who are close. I'd like to make Flauros the one responsible. I want to leave some Flauros style evidence. Something like having the style be hideously burned, or having traces of an explosion from inside. Once again, they will find weird evidence they will think clearly could not be produced by the human means. Makes sense? Regarding this, it could be all prepared with leisure before the incident. Yep. The only problem is, if someone checked it before, then it will not work, so it must be prepared after. The possibility that one of the women would come into the bathroom beforehand. Yep, pretty much just what I said. For that, the day before the incident, the bathroom on the first floor of the guest house could be out of order. Or that. Okay, that's also a very good solution. I like it. So it would be necessary to instead use the bathrooms of various bedrooms. Okay, this makes sense as well. Like, if that would be like public, then maybe that would be the safest to just like say out of the order, because like weird people will just like enter there anyway. But like in like Ushimiya family house, yeah, sure, that's enough. Like, yeah, it's just not working, so I will just go somewhere else. That's actually a good cover up. This itself can be interesting as foreshadowing for the trick. Or if the flashy decorations were something that could be noticed from the outside. Having the stall door closed would be all that needed to keep guests from seeing them. Then later, thinking back, they can realize that no one was supposed to be installed during that time, and that door was closed. So then, who closed that door? If the reason from no one was supposed to be there, they should be able to figure it out, that the magic circle was prepared beforehand. Also, if you think about this situation here is kinda similar to the chapel from episode 2, right? Like, we had like bunch of red troops about episode 2, and also Lambda Delta red troops about episode 2 from like chapter 4 or 5. And yeah, basically chapel was never closed really, like before Rosa got there. At least like with thought that was Rosa back in the day, who knows. Anyway, continue. I hope to have a lot of fun debating the second Twilight. Hell yeah. It shouldn't be hard to suspect Sha and Kumasawa here. We'll have a scenario where Natsuhi comes to this conclusion and accuses the servants. This is a mystery novel gimmick. I'll use the reader's expectations, that the reasoning coming from the other characters is usually wrong, against them. Okay? Having Natsuhi say something is right, it will cause them to think it must not be so. It's confusion technique. This is actually a very effective technique. So after that, Natsuhi and Kraus will level suspicion at the servants. Of course, George and the others will object. They will insist that the servants are victims, caught up in the same situation as everyone else. After this discourse between Kraus and the servants, the discussion will be hunkered down into two separate groups, relatives groups and the relatives group and the servants group. Sorry. So this is basically episode 1 situation, I believe, and episode 3 as well. Actually, most of the episodes, servants are like main suspects. The relatives group will stay in the guest house. I mean, main suspects from like first view, when you just like read this and they're like most obvious. Right, like you think like, oh my god, yep, that must be a servant, because no one else can do it. But Hey, there's some evidences. Relatives group will stay in the guest house and the servants group will go to the mansion. Okay, and this is episode 5 actually with Erika. We had the situation in episode 5. We have guest house and servants, and twilight happened in the servants room. In the middle of all this, George will probably insist looking outside for Shannon. He can look as much as he wants. He will probably be quickly chilled to the bone in the thunderstorm, give up and return at the guest house, yep, and Shannon in the meantime is chilling down in the tunnels. Following that, all the servants will have the meeting together in the mansion. They will affirm what their next action will be. The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th twilight will be closed rooms chain. Oh, this is episode 3? I think, when we had the chain? I think it was episode 3. Yeah, this one. The feature of closed rooms chains is that the corpses will be found in the chosen order. As long as the first closed room is on the first floor and the others on the second floor or higher, or in places outside the mansion, I can control the flow of their investigation. Smart.
Okay,
and now Beatrice is taking the servants. Let's see what she wants.